The Senate Science and Technology Committee held hearings on the proposed Philippine Nuclear Liability Act, a key step toward bringing nuclear power into the country's energy mix. Mobile journalist Marymon Reyes reports.
The Senate Committee on Science and Technology examined yesterday the proposed Philippine Nuclear Liability Act, which focuses on the legal framework needed to integrate nuclear power into the country's energy mix for greater renewable and cost-efficient energy that could replace coal plants. The Department of Energy has also identified several areas across the country that may possibly host a nuclear power project soon.
Offhand, I can confirm that several locations in Bataan, including the existing facility where the BNPP is situated, remain suitable for a nuclear power plant site, as well as the sites in Labrador, Pangasinan, and there are also other sites located in Camarines Norte. There are sites also in Palawan, Puerto Princesa in particular, as well as Masbate.
Several big power generation firms have already expressed their interest in putting up nuclear power plants, but according to Philippine Nuclear Research Director Dr. Carlo Arcilla, these are also just waiting for the development and establishment of the Philippine Atomic Energy Regulatory Authority, or PhilAtom, to regulate and ensure that safety, security, and liability standards will be followed. The Philippine Nuclear Energy Safety Act was already signed into law last year by President Bongbong Marcos.
Right now, what is stopping us from setting up nuclear energy in the Philippines? Alam kong matagal na itong pinaplano. This was clearly a goal in the first few years of this administration.
Number one, the PhilAtom has to be established. And we're close to that, which is an independent regulatory body. Appoint ng Director General, tapusin yung IRR. So meron ka ng regulatory. The function of the regulatory is to give 20 license for nuclear plants. License to construct and license to operate. Yung iba pong technical aspects, yun nga. Kasi it's not easy to put up a nuclear plant.
Under the Philippine Energy Plan and the Philippine Nuclear Energy Program Roadmap, DOE said the country is eyeing to have commercially operational nuclear power plants by 2032. While some surveys and observations have shown acceptability of communities, the DOE assures there are safeguards protecting oppositions against nuclear power projects.
What we're envisioning is that government will handhold the nuclear power proponents. So we will guide them through the permitting process. If there's opposition on the part of the LGU can withhold the issuance of the business permit. So hindi rin po makakapag-proceed.
The Department of Environment, however, has a concern in mind, losing jurisdiction over waste management.
With respect to the liability, we have no, we support the law. However, Your Honor, with respect to the related Senate bill, doon po kasi sa bill na yun, Your Honor, it transfer the jurisdiction under Section 6 of the proposed bill, which should not involve the transfer of environmental laws.
Natanggalan ba ang DNR ng responsibility?
According to our agreements now, working agreements, if we're dealing with toxic or hazardous waste, that's the purview of the DNR. But if we're dealing with radioactive nuclear materials, that's a purview of PNRI.
Position papers submitted to the Senate will be used for the betterment of the legislation, but both the DOJ and DOH supported the measure as it seeks to update and align the law on nuclear liability with modern principles and international standards.
Let me again reassure you, the accidents are very rare. In fact, nuclear is the safest energy source. If you total the operating number of hours divided by the number of deaths, ang pinakamaliit po ay nuclear.
A next committee hearing will be set with the same agenda in mind. Kapatid Mobile Journalist Marymon Reyes, we are One News.